Welcome back to the Underdog Podcast. It's been a while, but over a month now, right?
Yeah, I took a month-long vacation.
But we're back, and today we have a behind the business, so we're going to share some insights to kind of what we have going on, especially if you guys haven't listened before. So we have two segments, behind the business, and where we talk about, everything around the business, the day-to-day life, kind of what we're up to behind the scenes. And then we have a behind the underdogs, which we got to kick off again, get some interviews going where we interview athletes, businessmen and women that can basically share their underdog story and hopefully add valuable lessons to you on your journey. But today we have behind the business. And we're going to start it off in a different way than usual. So we're going to read some DMs and some reviews. So, Dylan, I'll let you start with the reviews.
All right.
And these are Amazon reviews. So,
Yes. So, like we said, how long have we been on Amazon now, Joe? Total. I guess, really, since we kicked it off, it's been, what would you say, 3 months? 4 months now,
yeah,
I guess?
like full swing
Yeah.
things, yeah.
Yeah. So we have, we were up to, a good number of reviews here, averaging 4 stars. So we'll leave the names out, but this is a 4-star review. It's titled Healthier Alternative to Typical Energy Drinks. The Underdog Performance Energy Drink, Patriot Pop, is definitely a healthier alternative to your standard convenience store energy drinks. I appreciate a company that is transparent about the ingredients in their products along with dosages. They also have efficacious dosages of each ingredient rather than a minuscule amount of several ingredients that do nothing. Bravo. So this one's rather long. Goes on for a little bit talking about the flavor and some of the effects they felt. And I'll just read this last little part too. Overall, I think it's a solid, healthier alternative to your standard energy drink. I'd say it's fairly priced at around $3 a can, very similar to other energy drinks. Worth a shot if you're looking to replace the typical junk energy drinks with a healthier alternative. That's really the goal. I mean, right from the beginning, it was to create a healthier, more effective alternative. This specifically didn't get into any of the performance ingredients, on the being more effective side, but definitely the healthier side. The person loved that it's transparent. I think that's something that separates us. We have the supplement facts panel. The amount of every ingredient in the can is right there. There's other great products out there, but they're using a nutrition facts panel, and they might have a great ingredient like lion's mane, but you don't know how much. Like, is it in a dose, or is it an amount that is going to be effective? And that's really why we went with the supplement facts panel. So you can see that on our can, and I think someone that appreciated that. So it's always good to see.
Sport too.
Yep. Exactly.
All right, we'll take it over to a DM now. So this is from an athlete, which is obviously really what we tailored this brand around. So it's, hey, I was wondering if you guys ever do partnerships with college athletes. I'm a freshman at blank on the women's ice hockey team, and I also play for Team USA in 2023. I've heard a lot of great things about Underdog from friends and would be super interested in getting involved if there's any opportunity to work together. So if you aren't familiar with our brand or our product, we tailored Underdog Performance Drink to the college athlete. So even down to the caffeine amount that we have in the product. But I think the biggest flagship of our kind of pitch to the college athlete is the Informed Sports certification, which was why a lot of college athletes gravitate towards us. So to answer this question, or DM, I should say, if you guys are interested in getting involved. So we have a college athlete program, which right now we have about 215 college athletes total. You get a discount code, you get commission on any referral orders you make, referral sales that you make, and you get a little welcome pack when you sign up and get approved. So that's a way for us to really build out this community, and ultimately how we started it. Like, we wanted to find like-minded individuals, and I think college athletes are the epitome of that. And the other thing that we're starting to integrate now, so if you are a current college athlete, you probably saw in a recent newsletter that we sent out, but TPA Academy is a new partner of ours, and they really guide college athletes for financial literacy. So for us, we've always been trying to find ways to add value to the college athletes. How can we bring the value to you guys? Because obviously your support of us being a part of our community is the value that you bring to the table. So we're always trying to find ways to improve and to bring more value to you guys. So if you are interested, you can check it out on our website, right under the community tab. You can sign up for our college athlete program. We also have an affiliate program, which is the general program where whether you're a fitness goer or just interested in working out, interested in energy drinks, you can sign up there as well. Back to you. Let's go one more.
All right. So next review, this one is a 5-star review. It's titled Tasty and Energizing. I've got 2 young sons, so I need all the help I can get when it comes to staying awake. I've got these to drink as an afternoon pick-me-up, and it works pretty well. It definitely keeps me up. The product claims to have slow-releasing caffeine, and I guess it works because I'm pretty alert and awake for hours after drinking it. So, yes, that was the goal. Again, this one kind of touches on the more effective side of things rather than the healthier component. The slow releasing caffeine, it's a super cool ingredient. So it's called Infinergy. That's its patented name. It's a form of dicaffeine malate. All that is, it sounds super fancy. It's just malic acid bonded to caffeine. When that's done, it slows the digestion or the absorption into the bloodstream of the caffeine, slows this absorption rate, which prolongs the effects, creates that slow and steady increase in energy rather than that sharp spike you get with 300 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous or any other straight caffeine source. So it's also great for people who are caffeine sensitive. Some struggle with caffeine, gives them an upset stomach, whatever it might be. So this helps with digestion, slows the absorption, prolongs and promotes the effect. Wow, I'm jumbling over my words there. But yeah, it's a super powerful ingredient, something that you'll see more commonly in pre-workout powders, and that's kind of where we got the idea back when was, we'd find Infinergy or other slow-release caffeine sources in powdered pre-workouts, and we were one of, or if not the first to use it in a beverage. So that is dicaffeine malate, a slow-release or timed-release caffeine source that really prolongs the effect, causes that slow and steady increase, and really prevents that afternoon crash. So
Yeah, it's very interesting. I find that there really aren't any energy drinks that do that. Like it's in a lot of pre-workouts. I mean, that's a common ingredient in pre-workouts, but never in energy drinks or beverages like RTD anyways.
yeah, I think you see a bunch of different sources of caffeine. Okay, you have your, like I said, caffeine anhydrous is probably your most typical synthetic, and then you have companies that use either coffee bean extract or, we also have the green tea extract as our fast acting. So you do get that little bit of quick hit. But yeah, you don't really see a ton of different, other than those 3, ton of different caffeine sources. So I think it's something that definitely separates us. It's a big selling point, and it'll keep you going.
Yep. So that's a little just kind of preface to what we're going to do moving forward. I think, obviously we're going to share everything. Like I think that we're going to kind of confront some of the negative reviews and negative DMs as well. Because a lot of them have a reason as to why, you know what I mean? And we have an answer to it. So, they're not all going to be positive. They're not all going to be 5-star. They're not always going to be, great, encouraging DMs because we get a mix of both. And now we're going to take you guys behind the scenes and kind of what we've been up to on the business side of things. So as of late, we've been working on our Hannaford expansion with our new distributors that we have in New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. And we're already in Massachusetts, but we're still working with them and basically trying to get into more local stores, local markets, and basically you do these ride-alongs that you go with their sales reps and you trying to sell into new accounts. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of really good stories that come along with that. And we have a few good ones to share today because I think humor goes a long way. And we confront that a lot. So Dylan just had a ride along actually today. And there were some funny stories that came out of it. And then I'll share some of mine from recent months as well.
All right. So normally with a distributor ride along, you're essentially, trailing along with one of the sales reps, visiting their accounts, and, while they're maybe taking orders for some of the other products they carry that they distribute to that store, they'll obviously kind of let you have your pitch with the store manager and try and sell the product. And for this one in particular, normally we'll hop in with them and, they know the route. So we'll be, riding shotgun and you follow them around on their route. For this one today, I was driving the sales rep and I gave him a heads up like, hey, I don't have AC in my car. It's a little toasty and I normally just sweat my bag off when I'm driving in the summer, especially in the humidity. He's like, no worries. It's going to be cool, 74 and cloudy. I think we'll be good. Well, the sun came out. We are leaking like crazy. I got the window down. I'm trying to listen. We're on the highway, so I'm trying not to like roll it all the way down and just blow this guy away. But yeah, he goes, getting a little toasty out there. And I look over at him. He's got beads of sweat running down his head. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I warned you I don't have AC. So we go to this place is a store and butcher shop. Pretty nice place. Super nice place in New Hampshire. Durham, New Hampshire, I think is where it was. And met the manager. It was great. Gave him a sample of the product, the breakdown on the pricing, why we started it. Had a great conversation. And about to head out, and he's like, oh, just one sec. Heads around to the back and orders a pound of steak tips. I'm like, yeah, no worries. Like, rock on. I love steak tips. He's like, oh, this will be dinner for my wife and I tonight. I'm like, right on. That sounds good. It's like, you got a cooler in the back? I'm like, yeah, I have my lunch in a cooler. So he threw his steak tips in the cooler, and we went on the rest of the ride along, hit 8 more accounts, and got back to the meeting point and gave him his steak tips out of my cooler and hit the road.
That is unreal. Oh my God.
So that was a good one.
I always whenever I think of Ride Along, I think of the movie with Kevin Hart. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Oh my God. I mean, a little different. It's like, police officer Ride Along, but oh my God, that movie's hilarious. That's what I always think. When I think of Ride Along, it's just like funny to me. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah, there's been some good ones.
Yeah. And then recently I was in New York and nothing like too crazy happened on the ride-alongs besides like we went into some sketchy areas. And obviously like Underdog it's a higher end product. It's priced higher. And as soon as I got into that area, I was just like, oh God, like this is just not really where you want to be. I mean, people were, I forget what town it was. It was outside Albany somewhere. But yeah, just like people sleeping on the streets and this guy was knocking. This one account, I don't think I told you about this one, but we were at this store and he had to just run in because not for like Underdog purposes or dropping samples off. Like it was an account that he had to go into just to take orders. It wasn't really a fit for us. So I was in the van and I was probably texting you about something. And this guy like knocks on the window.
Like a guy from the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this guy just knocks on the window. And I turned, there's nobody there. And I was like, what the hell? So I was like looking, like didn't see anybody. And this is like vacancy. Like there's nobody on the street, like very little going on. It was the middle of the day and it was like a Tuesday or whatever it was, a Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. And so I keep going, I'm like texting and it happens again.
On your passenger window?
So it wasn't like the window, it's like the van, like the back window over there. And so I get out of the car because I don't know. I was like, is it the rep? Like that he's like saying to like open the door or something like that.
Yeah.
And I get out and it's just this guy with his grocery cart, like walking around the van, and he was just knocking on the window for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Did you say something to him?
He was like walking. He was singing. He was singing to himself.
Okay. So
and I was like, this is the kind of stuff that you see.
Not all.
Yeah, not all there. And I learned that pretty quick when I actually first got to New York when I tried to save $1 on a hotel room. And I mean, this is just crazy. I mean, this is like something you'd see in a movie. And a reason why people actually look around their room before, they settle in for the night. I was like, this place is a little sketchy. Let me look around a little bit. And yeah, there's like cobwebs in the corners and like it was just terrible. I guess lesson learned, spend some little extra money on a place that is sanitary.
No shit, eh?
Yeah. So that's a lesson learned. I ended up at a good place though. Was it a Hilton? And the guy gave me a deal because I was down the street, and I was like, perfect, sounds good. 20% off for the 2 nights.
Nice, funny.
Yeah. Trying to think. Any good Massachusetts ones that we had?
On ride-alongs, I think we told the Cape Cod one where I slept in the Tahoe because
Yes,
I
you
couldn't
did
find
tell
a
that.
hotel.
You've had better ones than me, honestly. Yeah,
Shit.
that is crazy. That's all part of it. I mean, if there's anything I think we've learned about starting a business is that there's just always unknown that comes your way. But that's like part of the story, I think. I think that's the best part about it. But yeah, so that's a little bit kind of what we're working on with our distributors. The ride-alongs are funny as hell. But yeah, we're right now, I think one of the big emphasis that we're working on is the awareness side of things on retail. So we're starting to work with this company called Athlete X, where basically they connect former college athletes through social gatherings. And there's, we're going to be going to one that's in Boston and one that's in New York. And they bring like the latest and greatest in the fitness industry to these events. And obviously it's first and foremost a great networking opportunity for them, but like they do cold plunge, they, Hypervolts, Hyper Ice is there. And, they bring food and beverage companies and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be, a vendor at those events. So we'll be doing demos, sampling, engaging with that community. So doing things like that is going to be really helpful for us to bring more awareness of, our demographic of what we're looking for.
Yep.
And another thing that we're working on right now is finding more college athletes through, but ones that are interested in like the whole influencer NIL side of things.
Yep.
And we're working with this company called Market Price now that basically is like the middleman for pairing brands with the right athletes and the ones that seem to be good fits. And, we basically told them like, hey, like we're trying to build up more awareness in the Northeast. We're in Hannaford supermarkets. We're in a lot of independent convenience stores in the Northeast. So we're trying to, kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. One is get the product in the right hands of people that, we want, or we at least envision drinking Underdog. And then the other thing is hopefully they're telling their friends, their family, their followers that are also within that area that, hey, the product's available at XYZ, in upstate New York or whatever it might be.
Yep.
Which is difficult, like in retail, especially being a smaller brand. I think as we've seen is like, if you want to compete with the big brands, like you have to go the extra mile, which is why we've done so many demos and so many samplings. And now it's a matter of, we have to move volume at the retail level. Mm-hmm. So that's really the steps that we're taking right now. But yeah, so that is where we're at. So once again, I just want to reiterate too, like we're all about building up this community with people that want to be a part of it and grow with us. And, hopefully we can in turn add more value to you as well. So if you are interested in being a part of the brand in any way, I mean, we're looking for, especially, I'm talking to the college athletes now, but internships, like we have a handful of interns now that work with us and really get a hands-on experience and being a part of a startup as well. Like you learn more than just your specified role. Like I don't think you get that in, working in one of the big companies in corporate, you know what I mean? Like you're going to be, stuck in that one role. Whereas you've probably talked to, Jimmy and Dalton about a bunch of different things in the business, which is valuable. I think you can, being a quote unquote Swiss Army knife is pretty valuable for your resume too.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
And then, you can sign up once again on our website to be an affiliate, college athlete, or just an ambassador. We'd be more than happy to work with you and find the best way to move forward. So give us a follow on Instagram. That's where most of our content goes down, where you'll see snippets of the podcast as well at @underdog_brand. And share this episode, share this podcast with somebody that wants to hear this kind of stuff, that could benefit from it. Even, previous episodes, like I said, we've done interviews with athletes and businessmen and women, successful ones at that. So I think there's a lot of value in that, and we really appreciate it. So we thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.